The opening scene from Millennium Mambo is one of the most captivating opening scenes in cinema. We are introduced to Vicky running through a tunnel over this beautiful pulsating music and narrated by herself from the future through a third person. Immediately, there's a disconnect. I think it's important to understand the background of the director, Hou Hsiao-hsien. The Taiwanese director was renowned for his subtle, observational style that captures the minutiae of everyday life. In Millennium Mambo, this approach is used to delve deeply into the protagonist Vicky's internal world. Rather than the dramatic plot twists, the film emphasizes her emotion and her psychological states through quiet moments and everyday interactions. This nuance allows exploration of her experiences and her struggles, reflecting the often unspoken and complex inner lives of women. I've always loved director Hou's depiction of women.
非常有趣。
It happened naturally, but I think one response I would have is that for me, women are interesting because they're more complex, more diverse. For me, that they're more interesting and more layered. Whereas men, at least from my generation, they tend to be tougher, harder. So I did make movies about men. I mean, I did focus on men earlier in my career. But the thing is that I think in some way they're tougher and harder. And I think I'm trying to speculate as to why that's the case, and I think it may have to do with the fact that it's a very patriarchal society that we grew up in. So in terms of the symbol of power, in terms of one's relationship with one's father, it's very just very male-driven. So that might be responsible for the toughness. So for me, women are interesting because they're complex, they're diverse in a way that men are not.
Yeah, it's important to understand the themes of alienation and search for cultural identity within a cultural context. The cultural and societal backdrop of Taiwan at the turn of the millennium really sets the stage for the film's narrative. Hou's film uniquely portrays the experiences, struggles, and emotions of women, particularly in the context of 21st century Taipei. Taipei itself is a character in the film, shaping and reflecting Vicky's experiences. The city's vibrant yet alienating atmosphere underscores her feeling of disconnection and the challenges of modern urban life. This setting is crucial in portraying the contemporary struggles of women in a rapidly changing society, where traditional roles and experiences are in flux. Hou employs a distinct visual style to convey Vicky's emotional landscape. The film's cinematography, characterized by its use of light, color, and framing, creates a dreamlike atmosphere that mirrors Vicky's sense of disorientation and search for identity. The frequent use of a cool neon lighting and urban nightscapes symbolizes the isolation and alienation she feels despite being surrounded by the bustling city life of Taipei. This story is told in fragments, and its non-linear narrative structure reflects the fragmented nature of Vicky's life and her memories. The structure mimics how she processes her experiences, moving back and forth in time, which emphasizes the fluid and often uncertain path of personal growth and self-discovery. The narrative technique resonates with the way many people experience their journeys, marked by significant moments rather than a straightforward progression. Another element of the film and the writing that I really love is her depiction of Vicky's relationships. Vicky's relationships are central to the film and serve as a lens through which her struggles and emotions are explored. Her tumultuous relationship with Hou, characterized by her dependence and lack of control, highlights the issues of emotional and psychological entrapment. In contrast, her relationship with Jack offers a semblance of escape and possibility, though still fraught with ambiguity. Through these relationships, Hou explores the themes of love, dependence, freedom, and the search for stability. The film's soundtrack, composed by Lim Guillaume, plays a significant role in conveying Vicky's inner turmoil and the emotional tone of the narrative. The electronic music underscores the modern, urban setting and complements the film's dreamy, introspective quality. The sound design enhances the immersive experiences, drawing the viewers directly into Vicky's world and her emotional states. It's anxiety-inducing. Millennium Mambo captures a specific moment in time, reflecting the uncertainties and transitions of the early 21st century. For women like Vicky, this period is marked by shifting societal norms and the pressures of modernity. Hou's portrayal of Vicky's life reflects the broader themes of intergenerational change, the search for personal freedom, and the impact of globalization on individual identities. In a review written by Chris Wanowski from the Museum of the Moving Image, he says very beautifully, as the film ends, Vicky walks through Hokkaido in the snow. In voiceover, she reflects on the ephemerality of snowmen, doomed to melt in the rising sun. The deserted streets, decorated with old movie posters, are blanketed in the enveloping snow and fleeting winter white, an evocation of history, transience, and possibility. But the moment, like all others, is gone before it's grasped.